Hi everybody! So this channel is growing, which I'm super excited about. And there's actually a whole bunch of people that have started following this channel that come from all different backgrounds. I've noticed in my emails that one of the largest growing populations of followers and subscribers of A Case of the Jills are high school and collegiate runners. Oh, hello. And there you have it. Everyone, welcome to Tulip's butt. She's lucky she's cute. I'm really excited to have the high school athletes because this tells me something really awesome. It tells me that this topic is important to you. Welcome. This is an awesome place to be, and I can promise you this. Everything is possible if you just take care of yourself. So we're gonna figure that out together. You have to view me as kind of like, let's just say I'm old enough to be your big sister, or how about like a really cool aunt? All right, let's go with that. So Auntie Jill is not going to waste her time talking about the differences between my high school experience and your high school experience. But perhaps I can offer a little bit of insight since I was a high school athlete myself, back when dinosaurs roamed the earth. We had no cell phones. I know it's hard to believe, by the way. Shout out to the payphone on Meeting Street in Providence, Rhode Island. We shared some really great memories. The only thing digital we had in our lives were our calculator watches. I mean, I was legitimately excited when my car had power windows. In fact, I was going to insert a photo here of myself when I was in high school, but then I realized I would literally have to take a photo of a photo, and like, who has time for that? So like I said, I was a high school athlete myself. I wasn't a runner. I was actually a soccer player and also a lacrosse player. I did have the opportunity to play soccer my freshman year of college. I know that back then I had a lot to think about, and I know that you have a lot to think about. So what I really want to do is maybe help you navigate some of this stuff to help you make good decisions. I know that you have massive pressures right now. Not only do you want to do well in your sport and you want to do well academically, you have to think about college. You want to accomplish things. I know that every high school student has a lot of pressures, but high school athletes really have a different set of circumstances. They have a lot of additional pressures to worry about, so I want to address some of them now. Auntie Jill's advice to the high school athlete. So here we go. Okay, my number one piece of advice, and you're probably not going to want to hear this, you need to avoid the trap of being the type A personality. It seems at first glance that this is something you really want to be, that you want to be productive, you want to accomplish things, and type A means having a lot of control over your outcome, right? And it makes it seem like all of these things will be possible if you really just push hard. The fact is that type A personalities are rigid like glass, and glass breaks. I did. And this is going to require an entirely different video for me to talk about, but I can tell you this, eventually all that pressure that you're putting on yourself to be a huge success at everything is going to put you under. The best thing to learn instead is something called resilience. If you look up resilience in the dictionary, you will see that resilience is the capacity to overcome difficulties quickly. You know that whole thing about how it's not how you fall, it's how you get back up? Yeah, that's resilience. And it's also the reason why the most we'll ever learn about life and ourselves is through failure, not through success. You're gonna get farther by being more forgiving with yourself than you are by pushing yourself too hard. The second piece of advice I'm gonna give you athletes is that it is completely pointless for you to avoid the realities of your physical being. What do I mean by this? Well, it seems that there's two types of high school athletes, especially when we're talking about runners. Maybe there's those runners that started off as sort of a larger bodied person, and they're noticing that the tiny people on the team are doing really well. So they make some dietary changes in order to get smaller because they feel that that is going to help their performance. The other type of athlete might be one who had great success, let's say as a freshman. They're 14 years old, they probably weigh 90 pounds, and they can go like mad. They're super fast at that age. But then what happens when they start to mature and sort of fill into their body? Panic ensues. They're afraid they're going to lose all the success that they had, and they, again, make poor dietary choices, restrict, and try to get back down to that impossible body size to achieve something that really is now not possible for the body shape they have. Fighting the maturation process is pointless. Don't think that the glory you get by losing weight to perform better in your sport is going to last. The best way to prematurely end your athletic career is to lose too much weight so you lose your period. Despite what you might think, you're not special and you're not invincible. If you push your body too hard in this way, it will fall apart. Number 3 piece of advice coming from Auntie Jill is one that I live with every single day. Be sure that you make smart financial decisions when it comes to choosing a college. This matters especially for athletes because if you are relying on an athletic scholarship to get you through, you have to be able to athletically perform all the way through college to do that. College sports are no joke. Practices are super intense. The training is super intense. You're gonna have a full course load on top of that, and it is a lot for someone to handle. It was way too much for me to handle, which is why I stopped playing after my freshman year. If you don't think you can keep up with the pressures from having to play sports for 4 years through college in order to be able to afford it, you should consider other options. College is expensive, and student loans, yes, you can get them, but it's not an easy road. Believe it or not, I have well into 6 figures of student loan debt that I'll probably be dead before I actually get to pay off. Take advantage of your college counselor. Check out the websites that have lots of detailed information about academic scholarships. Talk to your parents and discuss finances. Make a good decision here. Putting additional pressure on yourself physically is not going to help. 4th piece of advice is to take the time to remove distractions from your life to figure out who you really are. Close your eyes and turn off all of your devices. Think about who you would be, what you would be doing if nobody else was watching and no one else's opinion mattered. There's no one judging you, it's just what you want. This is about developing intuition. It's about trusting your inner voice. You need to get up close and personal with that voice because it's not going to steer you wrong. Not in your sport, not in life, not in your career, nowhere. Unfortunately, young women are more predisposed to worrying about what other people are thinking and feeling than to focus on their own internal thoughts. Wanting to be liked and perceived as successful is fine as long as it doesn't run your life. You have to ask yourself some questions. Whose happiness is important? Do my decisions and actions help me be who I want to be? What will I be most proud of in 10, 15, or 20 years? Oh man, let me look back for a second. There's not a whole lot about my high school career that I'm really proud of, to be honest. If I could do it all over again, I don't even know where to start. I wish I appreciated my body more. I wish I appreciated my mind more. I wish that I respected myself more. I wish I stood up to my bully. I wish I didn't let my heart get broken. I wish I had gotten less questionable tattoos. What I want to say to you is this. These are not, as people want you to think, the most wonderful years of your life. But they are the years where you're probably going to make the most mistakes. That is completely normal, and it's okay. This is how you grow. Sports are super important. I understand that, but at the end of the day, what's more important is you and your health. Don't let anyone else's influence, not your friends, not your coach, not your teammates, take you away from what is true for you. You got to take care of this one body because honestly, it's all you've got. Some of the things that seem like they're going to end your world right now are going to look very different in several years. In 20 years from now, those girls on your team that got too skinny and lost their periods, yeah, they don't run anymore. That bully who tortured you every day at school, she's a receptionist at a plastic surgeon's office in Miami. Oh, that's just me, sorry. Oh, and that college you didn't get into and you thought it would like ruin your life and your career for the rest of time. Yeah, it turns out that employers don't care where you went to college as long as you did really well while you were there. And the guy that broke your heart, oh, he gained 50 pounds, lost all his hair, and he sells insurance. Oops, that's me again. And you're right about trigonometry, by the way. You'll never use it again. Please make sure that you're discussing your health, your future, and everything in between with your parents. It may not seem so sometimes, but they are on your side. They want the best for you, and they're gonna be your strongest allies no matter what choices you make. Also, I wanted to tell you guys 2 websites that are featuring articles by me this week. One, strongrunnerchicks.com. You're gonna see an article there on hypothalamic amenorrhea. What else? Also on trailsisters.com, you're gonna see an article there that I wrote on overtraining. I will include the links below. Thank you so much for following me on Instagram. Thank you for generously donating at acaseofthejills.com to keep the website and this channel going strong. I am almost approaching approaching the halfway point to my goal of 1,000 subscribers by August. So don't be afraid to like this video if you haven't already. There's a button right there that you can click. You can email me anytime at acaseofthejills.com. Thank you so much for sharing your stories with me. You know I love to hear them. I hope that you all have a beautiful July day, and I will see you soon.